This story begins in a small European village where it had not rained for many years. All the wells had dried up. Andres was very worried because he could no longer draw water from the well for his goats. At that moment, his beloved Marin arrived and told him that he should trust the Rain Queen. She would soon bring heavy rain to the village. But Andres had deeper troubles. Marin's father, Albert, was a water merchant and had no intention of letting his daughter marry Andres. We then see Albert selling water at very high prices. Through his business, he had seized land and valuable possessions from the village's poor people. Andres' mother had no money left to buy water and was forced to consider selling her land. Hearing this, Albert was pleased and threatened Andres' mother, telling her to make sure her son stayed away from Marin. Angered, Andres' mother replied that when the Rain Queen made it rain across the village, his business would end, and he would become an ordinary man like them. She warned him not to treat others unjustly. Albert laughed and mocked the Rain Queen, dancing about. Marin quietly watched all this. Then Andres' mother declared that the Rain Queen was real. If a virgin girl approached her and recited a special chant, the queen would make it rain. She explained that 100 years ago, one of her ancestors had done exactly that and brought rain to the land. Albert scoffed and said if that proved true, he would forgive all debts and allow Marin to marry Andres. Upon hearing this, Marin ran to her father and declared she would seek out the Rain Queen and bring rain by the next evening. Her father gave her his word and left. Meanwhile, Andres had fetched water for his goats. As he set it down for them, a mysterious figure called the Fireman passed by. Seeing the water, the Fireman used his finger to summon flames, instantly turning all the water into steam. He also set fire to the bucket and left without a word. Terrified, Andres ran home and found his mother and Marin waiting there. He told them what had happened. His mother explained that the man was the Fireman, who had the power to summon fire and burn anything. Andres also mentioned that the Fireman had been singing a strange song. When he sang it for his mother, she was shocked and revealed that the chant was the key to awakening the Rain Queen. Determined, Marin said she would now go to the Rain Queen and bring rain to their fields. But Andres' mother warned her that the path was very dangerous and unknown. Andres suggested that the Fireman must know the way. He approached the Fireman, who mocked him at first, then angrily revealed the path. It began at a tree, followed by a forest and then a garden. He also said only he knew the exact chant required to proceed. That night, Marin quietly set out to find the Rain Queen. Her father saw her and told her to return if she couldn't find the queen by morning. When Marin reached Andres' house, his mother gave her a bottle containing a red liquid and advised her to use it wisely on her journey. Together, Marin and Andres set out toward the forest. At dawn, the Fireman spotted them and grew wary. Soon, they found the tree that marked the beginning of the path. Inside, they discovered a hidden basement. They carefully descended the stairs, but the Fireman covered the entrance with branches to block the light. Unafraid, Andres and Marin pressed on and emerged on the other side of the forest, where the heat was intense and the earth scorched. The Fireman increased the heat magically. Exhausted, Marin collapsed from thirst. Andres tried to retrieve the red potion, but the Fireman caused an earthquake, rendering them both unconscious. Meanwhile, Albert couldn't find Marin and angrily confronted Andres' mother. She calmly told him Marin had gone with Andres to find the Rain Queen, reminding him of his promise. Furious, Albert threatened her if anything happened to his daughter. A passing fisherman later found the unconscious pair and revived Marin. She drank the red potion, then gave some to Andres, quenching their thirst and restoring their strength. The fisherman sadly explained that he used to catch fish from the now-dry river and ferry people across, but the drought had left his family starving. Marin told him they were searching for the Rain Queen. The fisherman explained that only a maiden could enter the queen's realm. If Marin succeeded, she would need help crossing back because his boat was broken. Andres began repairing the boat while Marin practiced the chant. The fisherman explained that after crossing the river, they would find a garden where the Rain Queen dwelled. Andres wanted to accompany Marin, but the fisherman stopped him, saying only virgin girls could enter the queen's domain. Andres bid her farewell, and Marin continued alone. Back in the village, Albert grew anxious and told Andres' mother that the weather suggested a storm was coming, meaning the children were on the right path. The fireman overheard and became furious, determined to stop them. In the forest, Marin encountered a small girl sleeping deeply. Believing her to be the Rain Queen, she tried to wake her, but the child did not stir. Marin gave her a sip of the red potion, and the girl awoke. The child demanded 3 true reasons for Marin's quest. Marin answered sincerely, to bring rain to her land, to drive away the fireman, and to marry Andres. Pleased, the child took her hand and led her toward the queen. Meanwhile, Albert regretted his misdeeds. Andres' mother told him he could still make amends. Marin continued alone in the scorching heat, while the child stayed behind. She soon spotted the garden and ran toward it. The fireman increased the heat again, making it nearly impossible for her to open her eyes. Still, she pressed on and reached the garden, where she found the Rain Queen asleep. As Marin took the queen's hand, cold winds began sweeping the village, and clouds gathered in the sky. The fireman, enraged, realized rain was now inevitable. Marin quickly chanted the song she had learned. The Rain Queen awoke. Marin explained the dire situation, the dry forests, empty rivers, and suffering people. The queen solemnly declared it was time for change. She instructed Marin to bring a jug and dig a well to release the water. They set off, but the queen soon grew tired and rested beneath a tree. Marin urged her to hurry, warning that the fireman might burn the village. The queen calmly said there was no need to fear him and asked Marin to draw water from the well, then drifted back to sleep. The fireman, watching, summoned flames to block Marin's path. Bravely, she crossed the burning trail. The heat had made the well's key scorching hot, so Marin used the water in her jug to cool it. At the same time, Albert attacked the fireman from behind, distracting him. Furious, the fireman turned on Albert. Marin unlocked the iron gate of the well. Instantly, thick clouds filled the sky, and the air grew cold. The Rain Queen awoke fully, her eyes sparkling. As Marin clapped her hands, lightning flashed, and rain poured down. The fireman's magical flames were extinguished. Powerless, he fled in terror. The Rain Queen smiled at Marin, saying she would return to sleep and await the next maiden. She gifted Marin another bottle of the red liquid for the future. With rain pouring down, the river was full again. The fisherman stood joyfully by his repaired boat. Marin ran to Andres, who smiled and proposed marriage on one knee. Marin happily accepted. Hand in hand, they returned to their village, where the people welcomed them with dancing and joy in the rain. If you liked this one, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Your support helps me bring new and exciting stories to you. Tell me in the comments how you liked this tale.